Welcome to all on this lecture problem solving using Python. I am Dr. Neeraj Kumar Mishra. So this video lecture I structured in such a way that it helpful to the student who want to learn the Python basics. In this lecture I am not going to cover the whole syllabus, but I give you the just overview about some fundamentals of the Python which is more important in the Python. This lecture is actually structured in such a way that it covers all the uh, fundamentals concept of the Pythons. So this lecture I cover the nested loops, and I will also cover the continue and pass, the list, set, tuple, and dictionary. And I will also cover this library file numpy, and using this library file we perform a various matrix operations using this library file. So without any delay I am going to proceed for this lecture. So first I am going to discuss about the list. So what is actually list? List is actually a store. List is actually used to store and organize a collection of items. Okay, store and organize a collection of items. Okay, so suppose that I give you some example about the list. Suppose that this is a box. So in this box we have to store some items. Okay, maybe different category of the items. So this box is actually hold different things. Okay, maybe different category of items. Okay, different things. So in this item, in this bag, we have some options. Like we have to add some item in this box. This is box. And we have also to remove some items in the box. Okay, and we also have a authority to change the item, in the box. Okay, so uh, everything is possible here. Okay, so finally, if you say that the list is actually a ordered manner. Okay, ordered. Okay, and this is mutable. Okay, and this is a mutable. Mutable is nothing, it is like a modification. Okay, I already tell you many uh, in the box we have to add element, remove element, change the item. That is kind of modifications. That's why the list is a mutable type. Okay, another important feature of the list is heterogeneous. Okay, heterogeneous. So what is the meaning of heterogeneous? Heterogeneous means different types of data. Okay, different types of data. So what is the different types of data? What is the data actually? Data is nothing, is like your number, your number, or maybe string. That is your data. Okay, that is your data. Okay, so list is a heterogeneous type and different types of data. The data may be your number may be integer, float, or complex, and also a string. So the useful functions in the list is, okay, the useful function in the list is, so I will discuss more about the useful function in the list. In the list, the useful function is, one very useful function is append option. Okay, append. Okay, append is actually nothing, it is used to store the item in the list, but this item come in the last position. Okay, this item come in the last position. So I written here end. End means add the item in the last position. Okay, and also there is some function in the list that is insert. So insert is actually basically used to add the element in the list. Whatever your means, whatever you have to define the indexing. Okay, and also there is a one more function here, remove. Okay, remove means we have to remove the item in the list, and also same thing like a pop-up function. And some more function is like a sort. Okay, sort function is actually used to say that this is a ascending order. Okay, in the list in items come in the ascending way. Okay, and some more functions like a len function. So len function is actually the length, the length of the string. Okay, so these are the basic functions we are using in the list. Okay, so we have understand many things about the list. Okay, so we come to the new things like a tuple. Okay, so tuple is actually this is also ordered. Okay, this is also ordered, and here the most important feature in the tuple is immutable. Okay, immutable. So immutable is nothing. It is like cannot modify the items in the tuple. Okay, so simply we say that cannot modify. Okay, cannot modify. If you have a tuple, that is not possible to change anything in the tuple. Okay, that's why the tuple is known as an immutable type. Okay, another feature in the tuple is a heterogeneous. Okay, list is also heterogeneous. Okay, in heterogeneous we have to store different kinds of things like a number and string. Okay, so that is about the heterogeneous. And if you want to con concatenates two tuple, okay, so simply we use this sign to use for concatenation of two tuple. Okay, so we understand many things about the tuple. Now we are going to discuss some the practical application or some real program based on the tuple. Okay, so I given you some question that is based on the tuple. So here I taken a one tuple that is in the tuple there is a teacher. So I executed many line. The first line is print tuple 0. Okay, that means this line is actually print. This line is actually print first element. Okay, the first element. Okay, so we now to understand what is the indexing in the tuple. So this is my tuple. Okay, teachers. So the indexing start from the left side. So this is 0 indexing, and this is 1 indexing. This is 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here I want to print the first element. The first element indexing is 0. Okay, so that's why the output of this line is T. This is the first element in the tuple. Okay, so if we come to the second execution line, that is 2 and 5. So that is a slice printing. Okay, this is a basically is a not whole tuple. This is a slice printing process. So slice of the tuple. So here indexing is okay. Here indexing is 2 to 4. Means here the printing is only 2 to 4. So what is a 2 to 4 here? If you see this indexing, so this thing will print only here. Okay, so that means for this line ACH only come because we are printing the slice only 2 to 4 and 5 is excluded here. Okay, that's why we are printing only 2 to 4. Okay, and 5 is exclusive here. That's why the output is ACH. Okay, now we come to the third execution line. So in this line, we are printing from index. We are printing from index to till end. Okay, till end means the printing is complete. The printing is come to the last position, but it start from the 2. So if you see, this is the tuple. So this is 0, and now we see that 2, 0, 1, 2. So here this is a 2. So this printing start from 2 and come to the end. So that means here we are going to print TCHERS. Okay, because this printing is from 2 to till end. Okay, now we come to the last line of this program. This is tuple. Okay, so that is also a slice printing, but this printing is from the beginning, and until index 4, because the 5 is excluded from this, from the tuple. That means 5 we are not going to print, but we are going to print from 0 to 4 only. Okay, so we see here TEACHERS. So this is my, because we have to start from beginning. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we stop here because the 5 is not exclude 5 is excluded here, and the indexing will start from the beginning. Okay, so that's why this is start from 0 to 4 only. So what we are going to print? TEACH. Okay, so this is from this slide we just understand how to print the tuple, or how to print some slice index in the tuple. Okay, so this all the lines will give the exact idea about the printing of the tuple. So now we are going to discuss some more program. Okay, so I give you one, I created a one tuple. This is my tuple, and this is my 0 index, this is the first index, this is the second index. Okay, so here I apply one for loop, and for loop execute how many times, because this in the tuple the number of items are indexing is from 0 to 2. That means the I value is go from 0 and also 1 and also 2. So if you say that my I value is 1, so inside the tuple, okay, inside the means if I value is 1, so what we are going to print actually? Okay, len is nothing, it's like a print, it is defined the length of the loop. That means the 3 times loop will execute. Okay, from this line, because this line is helpful to give the printing option. Okay, so if we say that I value is 1, I value is 0, so that means the print this tuple. Okay, that is the name of this tuple, and we are going to print 0 because I value is 0, and we know very well what is 0 here. This is VIT. Okay, so that's why this is printing here. And same thing if you see that the I value is 2, so this tuple, okay, this tuple, and this is 1, and here we are going to print the print the first, what is the first indexing. Okay, this is KLU. Okay, that thing is printed here. Okay, same thing here, if you see I value is 2. Okay, so this, the last indexing item will print here, JNTUA. So from this slide we understand about the for loop, and we also understand how to print the single element or one by one element in a new line. Okay, in a new line using the for loop. If you want to print the whole tuple in a, and all the items in a new line, this program is helpful for you. Okay, now I'm going to discuss some more about the program of Numpy. So Numpy is a very popular library in the Python, and using the Numpy we have to perform a various multiplication operation, various manipulation in the matrix, or we say that various computation in the matrix. So I'm going to discuss some basic program of the Numpy. So I want to create a matrix. The size of matrix is defined here. Means in my matrix there is a 5 row and 5 columns. But in the whole matrix, I want to print on all the element must be 0. Okay, so here this programming is very easy in Numpy. So we have to write this line, import Numpy as np, and we are calling this library file by this np dot. Okay, if you write here zeros, that means the element in the matrix are zeros. And inside the bracket, we have to define the rows and columns. So this is a 5 row and 5 column in a given matrix. So if you execute this program, we see this is my output. And this matrix size is 5 cross 5. That means here the row is 5, row is 5. And also the column is also 5. Is the first column, second column, third column, fourth column, and fifth column. Okay, so in this program, we understand how to print a multi-dimensional array, and we also understand how to define the elements in the matrix. Okay, so now we come to the second program. Here the program is also a matrix creation. So in this matrix, I want to fill the elements. My matrix size is 1 cross 5. Okay, I want to create a 1 cross 5 matrix. Okay, this is my matrix size. I want to create this matrix size, and I also want to fill the element 5 element in the matrix, but in such a manner my first element in the matrix is 0, but second element is increment by 5. Okay, so 0 plus 5, the second element is 5, and I want to fill the third element with again increment of 5. So 5 plus 1, 5, 10. And similarly, the third element is again increment by 5. So 10 plus 5, 15. And again the last element again incremented, that is 20. So this I want to create this matrix. So simply here I've created a one, I given some starting position and the end position, and I also I also want to describe the step in the matrix. So here I define this is my start position, this is my start position, and this is my end position. But this uh, execution, the 21 is excluded. That means the 20 up to 20 is printing is possible, and this thing is only define the step size. How much want to increment? I return plus 5. That means all the elements is incremented by 5. Okay, so if I want to print this my B matrix from this line, you see this is the correct printing. I executed this program, maybe Google Colab or maybe some Jupyter platform, and we get this matrix. This is a one-dimensional matrix. Okay, now we come to the another program. If I want to create some matrix in which only one column, but number of rows is 8. Okay, so say that my matrix size is 8 cross 1. Okay, so this program is similar to this program. Nothing I write here, I just changes here, because I know the first thing is my row and this thing is my column. Oh, okay, so simply I return this thing and we get my matrix, 8 cross 1 matrix. Okay, so we understand the matrix printing, how to print the one-dimensional matrix and how to print the multi-dimensional matrix, and how to create a how to create how to define rows and columns in the matrix. Okay, some more functions in the NumPy. The function is save. Okay, so in the save function, this is my two-dimensional NumPy array with some specified value. Okay, so here I define my first row, because this bracket is closed here. That means this is my first row, 2 element in first row. And again, this is my second row, and in second row also two element 1 comma 2. So if I want to print this matrix, or if I want to display this matrix, you see this is my display here. Okay, so this matrix size is 2 cross 2, and here this line is only creating a space. Okay, this is a space here. Okay, and if I write the save command, the save command given the information about the matrix size. Okay, so here we observe carefully, this matrix size is 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, 2 columns in the matrix. So how to define the shape of matrix? Shape of matrix is given the exact information about the matrix size, how many rows and how many columns. Now we come to the another program that is based on the reshaping. Okay, so I created a one matrix. This is a one-dimensional matrix with some specified values. Okay, and if I print my matrix, this is printing here, and if I use ndim, so ndim is the attributes of a numpy. Okay, so I write this thing here, numpy ndim is the attributes of a numpy. Okay, attributes of a numpy array, and it return the dimension. What is the dimension of the matrix? Okay, so that means the dimension of matrix here we are using this two big bracket. From this bracket we identify the dimension of this matrix is 2. Now this line is only nothing, it is creating a space in the printing process, because we are going to again print something. That's why we are creating one more space. And if I write this line reshape is actually a return a new array with some specified value. But please remember this point, this is not modify your matrix. This is not modify your elements of a matrix, because that is already defined in my matrix. Okay, so here I created a matrix. In my matrix, 2 rows and 3 elements. Okay, so say that in my this matrix, the number of element is 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And again another row, in the second row, my matrix means my element is again 3. Okay, so the remaining elements will print in the another row or second row. Okay, so this thing will print here. Okay, this thing will print here. This is a reshaping option. So reshaping is option. Reshaping command is given the uh, return a new array with some specified shape and without modifying the original array. Okay, that is the use of the reshaping. Okay, so I want to discuss some more program on reshaping. Then you give some more uh, idea about the reshaping function in the numpy. Okay, so here I also created a one matrix, and I want to try to display my matrix, but unfortunately I get some error. But for new programmer, they do not know why this error come. So I'm going to discuss this uh, program, why this error is coming here. Okay, so here in reshaping, I want to create a 3 row. I want to create a 3 row, and I want to print each row 3 elements. Okay, but the problem is the deficiency in the indexing, deficiency element in the matrix. So in first row I successfully printed here 1 2 3, and similarly in the second row I printed this thing, because this defined the elements in the matrix, so I get 4 5 6. But if you see the third row, there is no element I want to reshape here. That's why the reshaping function given you the error in the executions. Okay, so that technical things I discussed here. Why this error come here? Because the elements are deficient. The sufficient elements are not in the original matrix. Okay, so I give you some more example here. So same program, same I means the reshaping command I again written here, but this time the printing is complete. So I want to tell you how this printing is complete. This time we do not get any error. Okay, so this is my 3 row, and this is my elements in my each row. So in first row, I printed this thing 1, 2, 3. Okay, and in second row, we check the elements are there 4, 5, 6. Okay, I printed 4, 5, 6, and I want to create one more row. So in one more row, the sufficient elements are there 7, 8, 9. So we have successfully created 3 rows and each row 3 elements. So that's why the reshaping command given you the correct output. There is no error in this program because sufficient elements are there in the matrix. So now I will discuss the more complex program in the reshaping. Okay, so this time I created a one-dimensional array. This is my one-dimensional array. Okay, so this thing is given the dimension of the matrix, and again I come to this line because this line is more important in the reshaping function. So this time I want to create a repetition of the matrix. I want to create a two matrix. The one matrix size is 3 cross 3, 3 cross 2, and another matrix size is also 3 cross 2. Okay, so we see this is the first matrix. In the first matrix, the number of element and the number of rows. This is the number of rows, and this is your element. Okay, and this is your repetition, means two matrix. Okay, two matrix of same size 3 cross 2. So we see in one matrix there is a elements or maybe deficient element. Okay, so we see we have to print first in first row 2 element 1, 2. Okay, and in another row we got 3 rows, 3, 4 come here. Okay, this thing come here in first row, this thing come in the second row, and 5, 6 come in the third row. So this is my one matrix complete. Okay, and the second matrix again 3 cross 2 size means 3 row and 2 column. So 7, 8 is printing here. Okay, and another thing is 9, 10. Okay, so 9, 10 is printing here. Another 11, 12. So 11, 12 is printing here. So this two matrix we printed here. This is my first matrix. Okay, and this is my second matrix. Okay, in each matrix the size is 3 cross 2. Okay, 3 row and 2 column. Okay, 3 row and 2 column, and here in this matrix also 3 row and 2 column. So in this way you have to print a multi-dimensional array using Numpy. Okay, so I think you understand. Now I'm going to discuss some more program on the reshaping function in the Numpy. So this thing you know very well because these are two matrix, and this is the row, and this is your elements in the matrix. Okay, but here one important line I underline by the red color. Why? Because this is a very important features in the Numpy. Suppose that this you have defined one multi-dimensional array, and we have created a two matrix of 3 cross 2 size, but again I want to go to print to my original matrix. So if you execute this line reshape -1, that means my original matrix will come like this. This is my original matrix. Okay, so we understand how to reshape. Okay, this function we understand very well using Numpy. So I give you some more program based on the list, that is inside list, inside one more list. So this topic is inside or nested list, or we say the nested list. So first I define the indexing. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So please remember, this thing is complete indexing is 3. Okay, because this is one in the list, this is my one list, and inside one more list. Okay, inside one more list. And if we write this line, len command gives the idea about the length of the string. So the length of a string is 0, 1, 2, 3, means the length of a string is 4. And if I say the li 3, okay, so in the 3, the list, what is a 3 here, len. So in this, this is a list. Indexing 3 means this is the element in the third indexing. Okay, so here I am asking what is the length of this string. So len command is actually give the idea about the length of the string. Okay, so that's why we get 2 here, because this is 2 element in the list. And if you want to print this line -1, so -1 means actually the last position. So this is -1. 3, you say 3, or you say that this is -1. So -1 means this is inside one more list. So inside means you are counting the length, of this string. That means it is 2, because 2 item here. One item is KLU, another item is JNTUK. Okay, this line is more important. I'm going to discuss this line very perfectly. So this is my list li, and I use this line len li. We know the length of the string is 4. So 4 minus 1. So this is li. Here we get 3. So in 3, indexing, what is my items? So that is displaying here. Means the list is display here. Okay. Now this line is also very important. This is my second indexing. The second indexing item is VIT Villor. Okay, and here asking what is the index 5. So if you count here 0, 1, 2, and this hyphen is treated as 3, and this is 4, and this is 5. That means E is printing here. The fifth position is E. Okay, so that's why the E is printing here. Okay, some more example I will give you, then you understand more. Li third. Third item has 2 elements. One is KLU and another is J and TUK. So if I say -1, that means this is -1. This is printing now. This is printing now. Okay, because we have to apply some logic. Okay, because the Python program will give you the immediate output. But if you analyze this output by some logical approach, then you are a good programmer. Okay, so I will discuss now this thing. So means we come to the third indexing. What is my third indexing? This is my list in the third indexing, KLU and JNTUK. So here I written this thing, means this thing is complete printing, means up to end. Okay, so these whole things is printed here. Okay, so I think you understand about the more you give them understand more about the clear picture of printing of many items in the list based on the indexing position. Now I'm going to discuss a one very beautiful program. So this program is here. There is a cricket match, like a test match. So you know, in test match there is a many evenings. So here the 10 evening is there in the match. So 10 evening, 1 evening, 2 second evening, third evening, fourth evening, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in every evenings there is some score. Well, every team will play a match for whole day, and they have scored something. So suppose that the first evening the score is 20, and second evening score is 30, and the fourth evening score is 40, and now we come to the fourth evening 10, like this. 7 8th evening 10, 9 evening 11, 12, 13. The program is, you have to write the program like that. How many evenings the score is more than 30, and find out the average. What is the average, in which how average of all the evening score which score is greater than 30. Okay, so this program is very simple, because here first we have to means enter all the evening score. So I created a one empty list. Okay, so here I apply this for loop, because here I want to run this program iteration type for 10 times. Means we collect all the evening score first. So we have collected the all evening score, and we say that this is all integer type. Okay, this is all score we have to add in my list. And after that, I have to filter out some scores. Okay, because in the program it is given, we have to find out which evening score is greater than 30. So here I apply this condition: if my score is greater than 30, then this filtered score, from this filtered score, we apply this formula. Okay, this formula is nothing like an average formula. Total divided by sum of items. Okay, so we have already find out the filter score, and how many evening scores are more than 30. Okay, from this line we get the average score, and that we are printing here. Okay, but suppose that we also consider this case if no evening score is greater than 30. So we have to also print this like no evening with score greater than 30. So in this program you understand about the for loop, you understand about how to find out the average score. Okay, and you also understand inside the for loop how to apply the if and else condition. Okay, so these all things you understand from this program. So I given the output here because I entered my all the evening score, and we get in which evening score is greater than 30, we get only one. So the average here 32. So that is my that means this program is given the correct output. Now I'm going to discuss a very important function in the Python, that is continue. Okay, so here I entered initialize my number. This is the initialization process. Okay, initialized my number 1, and then I set up my while loop, and I say that my number is less than equal to 10. If my this condition is true, then I enter in this program and I apply some conditional statement. If my number is 7, then number increment by 1. Okay, and continue to the next iterations using the loop. Okay, but please remember this point: if my condition is true, suppose that my number, okay, my number, because this number going from 1 2 3 4 5 6, but if my number is 7, okay, if my number is 7, so that means we'll skip printing. Okay, because this continue statement given the idea about to skip the printing, to skip printing at the seventh point, and move to the next iteration. Okay, and move to the next iteration. And here from this line from this line, if condition is not met, then print the current value. Then print the current value. And again, my number is increment by 1 in each iteration. That means in this case, my condition is true. We have printed all these numbers. But if the 7 number come, that number is skip. Okay, and after that, my number is again increment. Okay, because the seventh, if the number is 7, that will be skip printing and move to the next iteration. Again, we go to the loop. Okay, so that is the logic of this program. So I hope you understand about the continuous statement, how to apply the continuous statement in the while loop. Okay, and you also understand the how to increment the number in the while loops or iteration loop. What is the iteration process in the loop? Okay, so now I give you some more example of this program. So here I given you a program. What will be the output of the following code if there is an error and which line? So they are asking that this is my program, but in my program there is some error. Okay, so what is the error and why this error come in this program? So we know this is my list. This is inside the list there is some items, maybe integer or maybe some string. But we know the list is mutable. Okay, the list is mutable means we have to change anything in the list. So if you say that my first position I want to change, that means it is possible because we know the list is mutable and any point we have to change any item. If you want to change, that is possible. So that means here this line is correct. Okay, we have successfully print here. So we have to print 4, 4.5 and remaining elements are same because the list is a mutable type. Okay, now we come to the second line. This line is actually a tuple and tuple is immutable. Okay, immutable. That means there is no any way you have to change your tuple. But if you write this thing from in the tuple, that means this is the error. This is the error line in your program. You are changing something in the tuple, but that is not possible in the Python. Okay, so that is the error in this line. And this printing is not complete. Okay, so if you want to remove this error, use some hash line before this all line, then your program will execute. Okay, so I hope you understand about the idea about the difference between list and tuple and how this list is changed and why tuple is not changeable. Okay, so everything you understand from this program. Now I am going to discuss some more program in the Python. So here the program is write a program using while loop to read a number until -1 is in counter. And at the end of the means at the end you just count how many negative, positive and zero number you entered. Okay. So suppose that user have to enter a many elements like some positive numbers, some negative numbers, some zeros number. So the user have to enter many numbers. Okay, but if the user enter -1, that means the program will exit you. Okay, and the program will also give the output means before -1 how many number you entered, maybe how many positive number you entered, how many negative number you entered, and how many zeros you entered in the before -1. Okay, so that means we have to uh, initialize initialize three variables. Initialize three variables. What is my variable? This is positive, negative, and zero. So three variables are initialized to keep track of count for positive, negative, and zeros. And if I apply the while loop and I say this is my true condition, that means this loop is execute infinite loop. And many times they are asking to the user to enter a number until you are pressing -1. And all these numbers are converted into the integer because this is integer. And I apply some conditional things inside the while loop, and I say if my number is okay, if my number is -1, then I break, then I exit from the program. Okay, and here this all the lines is only used for entering how many positive number was entering values. So means we have to define how many positive number we entered and how many negative number we entered and how many zeros we have entered. So num is greater than 0, my uh, the respective counter is increment. And similarly, if my number is negative, again my respective counter is increment. And in last case, my we have to also check the zeros, how many entered. And last we have print all these numbers. So what type of output come here? So I entered my 4, -2, and 0, 5, 8. And if I enter -1, I exit from the program. Okay, and then after they given the idea, before -1, how many numbers, positive numbers you have printed, and how many negative number, and how many zeros number you have entered. So I see here from before -1 how many positive numbers here, I find only 2. And how many negative number I entered, only 2. Okay, and how many zeros I entered, only 1. Okay, so this is all about my program output. Okay, so from this program you understand what is a while loop, and you also understand in the while loop how you apply the if condition and elif condition. Okay, so this is a fundamental concept about the while loops. So I will discuss some three program here. This is the first program, this is second program, and this is my third program. In the first program, I defined the range, that is my start point, and this is my end point, and this is my step size. That means the printing, we are printing something, and each printing we are creating a comma between the elements. So the first element is -2 and comma. Again, this step size means decrement the value. Okay, so this is -3, again -4. But -5 we do not go because this is the exclusive point. So this thing will print here. Okay, so now we come to this program number 2. So here I created a two list. One list is number, another is item. So in first list, the item is 10 and 20, and this is chair and table. And I apply a for loop in the number. We know this is a nested loop, and this is a nested loop. Okay, inside one more loop is known as a nested loop. Okay, so that is my outer loop. This is my outer loop, and again I apply the inner loop. Okay, so outer loop, it takes a value 10 and 20. Okay, for each iteration. For first iteration there is 1, 10, and for second iteration the number is 20. So if I take the first iteration, that is 10, and I say that it is my item, and we are going to print the combination of x and y. Okay, print a combination of each number with each item. So in first iteration, I taken a value 10, number 10, and that will y is your chair, because that one more means there is one iteration only. Again my value is 10, and this is an item table. So this first iteration is complete, and then we take a second number 20. So again 20 is linked with chair and table, and this is my second iteration. Okay, so like this is printing process. So the third program is like this. If x is 0, my condition is x less than 100, and the counter is increment by 2, and we are going to print something. Okay, so the number, if I say my condition number is below 100, but counter is increment by 2. Okay, so that means 2, 4, 6, every time the increment is by 2. Okay, and ultimately we stop from we have to print up to 98 only. Okay, so one more program. This is a program is known as a multiplication table. So how to print a multiplication table from 1 to 10? Okay, so this is a very simple program. I using a for loop, using nested for loop condition, and this is my outer loop, and here the range from 1 to 10, and inside the again inner loop, and this range is again 1 to 10. Okay, and here we are going to inside the inner loop, and each line print the product. This is a product of I and j. Okay, product of I and j, and followed by space, because here I given this line, that means there is a space after product, one space, after product, one space. So if my I value is 1, so 1 multiply j. What is j value? J value move from 1 to 10. So 1 multiply 2, 1 multiply 3, 1 multiply 4, 1 multiply 5, 1 multiply 6, 1 multiply 7, 1 multiply 8, like this. Now in the second loop, because this j loop is only range from 1 to 10 only, and if I say I value is 2, so 2 multiply 1, 2 multiply 2, 2 multiply, this is like only I and j. Okay, so I value is fixed here, I value is 2, but j value is vary. Okay, 2 multiply 1, 2, because this is my I and this is my j, but j value is moving from 1 to 10. So 2 multiply 3, 2 multiply 4, 2 multiply 5, 2 multiply 6, 2 multiply 7, 2 multiply 8, 2 multiply 9, 2 multiply 10, because j is stop here, because j range is only from 1 to 10. Okay, so all these all this combination is printing in one line. Okay, similarly here in this line, your I value is 3 and multiply by j, and j range is 1 to 10. Okay, so that means the 3 table is printing in this line. Okay, so in this way we are going to print a table. Okay, that is a very simple program. From this program you understand the nested for loop. Okay, and how to means print the multiplication table using nested for loop. So I'm going to discuss one more important program, that is a break function in the Python. So here I taken a one outer loop, and here I define the range, means this range is up to 0 to 3. That means 0, 1, 2 only. Okay, 0, 1, 2, okay, 3. Okay, 0 to 3. So this is a I value. And again I enter from this outer loop, I am going to enter in this inner loop. and this inner loop is also means j value 0, 1, 2 and 3. And again I apply this conditional check statement. The condition check statement means j is equal to I. So that means if my this condition is true, my statement break. If this condition is true, then break statement is executed and terminate the inner loop. Okay. Then I print inside this loop because this is my inner loop, and inside I want to print value I and I comma j. Okay. So here I want to see that my okay. Suppose that my I value is 0, 1 and 2 and 3 and j value is 0, 1, 2 and 3. In which case my condition is not break. So the condition is I greater than j. Okay, so suppose that my I value is 1 and j value is 0 because I is greater than j, that is correct. But if my I value is 1 and j value is 1, both are equal, that means in this case break. We go to the next condition. So I value is 2 and j value is 0. So again my condition means I greater than 0. And if I say I value is 2 and j value is 1, again I value is greater than 0. I value is greater than j. And if I say I value is 2 and j value is 2, that means the condition break. And then we break the loop, terminate the loop. Again we change I value is 3. So this time j value is 0, again my condition meet, and 3 and j value is 1, again my condition meet, and j value is 2, again my condition is meet. But if I say I is 3 and j is 3, that means at that time my condition is break. Okay, so in this way your output will come. This is my output. Okay, so from this program we understand what is a break statement and how to apply the outer loop and inner loop, and inside the inner loop how to apply the break loop. Okay, so we get all this clear picture about in this program. Okay, so this program is also very interesting. Here I taken for name in range. That means this range is coming from 0 to 4, and this range is 0, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. And this is my inner loop, and in this range is also from 0 to 2, that means 0, 1, 2. And here we are going to print a star, and there is in between star there is a space, and also I want to change the line. So here we are using the two loop, one outer loop, okay, and another inner loop. So why this we are using two loop, I will discuss now. The outer loop is only used to control the number of lines. The number of lines. Okay, so here five lines are here. Okay, you see here 5 lines are here. And inner loop is actually used to control the number of asterisk, in each line. Okay, so in each line we are printing only 3 star. You see, in each line we are printing a 3 star, and these all lines is defined means how many lines are there, that is defined from the outer loop. So outer loop define the number of lines, and how many asterisk you are printing, that is defined from the inner loops. Okay, so this is a way of printing equal star in all the line. Okay, so I want to discuss more about the Numpy. So we know the mean and variance. We know the mathematical concept of mean and variance. But all these things are manual, means the very big formula of mean and variance. But this program is very simple in the Numpy. So if this is my matrix, okay, so this is 3 cross 3 matrix, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So basic thing is that here, if I write this thing means the whole matrix, the mean, what is the mean of whole matrix, 3 cross 3 matrix, this is come here. And if I write this np dot var, the whole matrix variance is come here. So this is a very easy program to understand how to find out the mean and variance for any size of the matrix, whatever the size. In this program, I taken a 3 cross 3 matrix, but maybe your matrix size is more, very higher order. But this two line is immediately given you the response. Okay, this not take so much execution time. So I want to discuss more program on this related topic of mean and variance. So this line we already know, but this thing we have to think what is x is 0. That means we are finding the variance of each column. QLUMN. Okay, we know with this is my matrix size. This is my matrix size 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12. So again, this is 3 cross 4 matrix. Okay, so that means in each column, what is my variance? Okay, so this is the output about the variance. If I write x is 1, that means we are finding the variance of each row. That means 3 row, that means we get a 3 value in each row. The first row, the variance is 1.25. In the second row, the variance is 1.25, and again in the third row, the variance is 1.25. So we understand about the finding of the variance in each row and each column. Now again, I want to discuss some more program about the mean. So this is my matrix, and if I write np dot mean, so x is 0, that means we are going to calculate the mean of each column. Okay, and also if I write this thing np dot var, that means we are going to find out the variance of each column, and then we are printing here. So I hope this lecture is very useful for you, because here I given many explanation about the for loop, while loop, list, tuple, dictionary, and many programs, means inside the nested loop, how we apply the continuous statement and break statement, and how to find out the average of various data. And also I'll discuss many programs based on Numpy of matrix manipulations, how to find out the mean variance of whole matrix, and how to find out the mean and variance of each rows and column. So thank you very much for you to attending this lecture sincerely.